Welcome to the fish dungeon.
Oh, what's up, YouTube? How's it going? It's been about a year now since I last put a video up on YouTube, and a lot's been happening. I finally got my fish basement, and you might remember the end of the Aquarium bridge fish jumping video that I won my bet and was allowed to have fish tanks in the basement. I pretty much went out immediately and bought skimming slurry for the bricks, which is all this grey stuff is, so that we can make everything nice and healthy down here, because it was pretty damp. Got a dehumidifier on full blast all the time, still kind of drying it out, but nonetheless the tanking slurry that I put on the basement has done its job, and we have a place where I can now chill and make fish videos and tinker with fish tanks. I can't promise that in the last year my video making skills have got any better. So this first video, is not exactly the most polished thing, but nonetheless it is a story of my first tank and how I'm getting on with the basement so far. Enjoy.
So, almost a year ago, I said I was going to make a fish basement. I've got some wine, and I got some storage, and I'm about to have a fish basement. So, this is my little corner. I've tanked the entire basement with tanking slurry, and I have sealed up an old coal chute that's down the end there, and then around this corner a little wine rack, and then a nice racking system that I'm going to initially put 2 tanks on. Whoop whoop whoop, they've arrived. 2 Dennerle Nano Scaper tanks, 55 litres. So the Scapers tank, just taking the thing off it, and it basically comes with a little cardboard topper, and then there is the tank. So you can see the front edges nicely curved, and then we have a sort of standard right angle back pane. Welcome to the fish dungeon. First bit of basement, nice flooring, the wine rack, nice and level, and around here the tools and a bit of seating, and then the fish tanks. Whoop whoop. Boom. So I've made this filter core unit out of an old plastic box, and I've cut a corner slice out of it, and I have drilled holes into the side like that. The intention is that this will go. The intention is that this will sit in the corner of the tank like so. I'm going to silicone the 2 sides, and then I'm going to build up the rock around the edge. And then I'm going to show you down here how I intend to build up the display. So I'm going to put the filter unit into the corner like that. It will sit up slightly straighter than that, because obviously it will have tank edges on here, so it won't be quite so pushed back. Then I have some alpha crog stone that I'm going to place, and I'm going to get it as high as I possibly can up against the inlets that I've created there. And then I'm going to put soil over the top of this, and gravel, and then I'm going to build up a layer of lava rock. And now I've also built a tunnel system out, some piping. So as you can see, I've siliconed the corner unit into place. Okay, so the aquarium sealant, the silicone sealant, has dried nicely. So I'm going to fill up this bottom area with some aquarium soil and just get the basis of the structure today. I've got plants in the post which should be delivered to my work tomorrow, so that I can plant tomorrow evening. So for now I'm just going to get the hardscape ready. So I have ordered 2 5-litre bags of Proflora Aquabasis Plus, did a bit of research, and for the money this seemed like the best option. But what I was really looking for was something that would last a long time. This bag, as you can see here, claims to last for 5 years without having to have any nutrients added into it. I'm certainly noticing that after a year of using some basic Tropica substrate that I bought in Pets at Home when I set up my first tank upstairs, that it's already getting to the point now where their plants need to have extra fertilizer root tablets put down there, which I want to try and avoid. Final layer above the soil will be a fine black sand which I've bought from Pro Shrimp, and I'm going with a really fine sand because my intention is to put a pistogramma in these 2 tanks, and they like to be able to forage through the sand. So this has quite a nice fine texture to it, so should be good. I am wondering immediately whether or not I will need more than 1 bag. Saying that, that is not even half a bag yet, and it's pretty full already, so that's pretty good going so far. Install the pipe system that I spoke about before as well. So the idea with the pipe system is that I'm going to come from this corner up, so this is going to be quite low down here. This is going to be a bit higher, so I've purposely angled this slightly up. I think that's probably about perfect, to be honest. And the idea is that it will all be covered, so that's probably about right actually. So off camera, because it stopped filming for some reason, annoyingly, you missed me messing about all the rocks. I've still got a couple left, but I feel like I'm getting there in terms of the perspective. And I think we'll probably leave that depth there. Ooh. Okay guys, so as I told you at the beginning, so there was no particular spoilers. I can't make videos. I just could not get my camera to stop switching off when I was making videos, and to be honest, it was quite infuriating, and I've worked it all out now, but when I was doing this tank I sucked, so I apologise, and I'm just sorry that I didn't capture the planting or the putting the fish in, or really give you a good overview of how the whole thing works, how I'm powering this with the sponge filter and the biological media. So this is just me grovelling and saying I will try harder in the future but here is a quick update of what this tank looks like. So as you saw in the videos so far, I was installing a nice little pipe system that goes around from the left there to the right here, goes right into the depths of the gravel, with the substrate under there as well. And I kind of tried to hide the entranceway slightly, although the fish have been pecking away a little bit at the gravel there, so it has slightly come off, but I can sort of scrape that over. The idea was just to contour that edge there so that it doesn't look too obvious, and it's really nicely hidden in that side there. Unless you look really closely from a distance, you just don't even notice it at all, just like a black hole. I want to show you the corner tank filter. So it's hard for me to get around the edge here, but what you can see is that essentially what I've done is I rested the sponge filter on top of a whole bunch of biological media, and then what you can't really see that well, you can actually just about, is that I'm also running, as well as the sponge filter, I'm running an air stone down here. Now ideally I want to sort of press that in even further into biological media. I'm not quite happy with the way that that's kind of doing, but the idea is that having an air stone there will draw water down slightly through the biological media, some of which is from the filter upstairs, so it's kind of almost been like a transfused, I suppose, across. And then the idea is that the sponge filter sits on top, and then the airflow will draw through the biological media up through the sponge. And then obviously the other idea with the sponge filter was that it is, and there you go, you can see it actually, it is also drawing through those holes in the plastic contraption that I made to hold the sponge filter, and just behind those holes is obviously a load of that alpha grog, so that will all be getting lots and lots of bacteria building on it as well. And so essentially everything the other side of that structure there is just a whole bunch of more biological media. I don't believe it. I just watched back the video. I'd literally just finished editing the entire video, and then I just looked at the shot of when I was round here doing this exact same thing, and I swear that I saw some little babies, and then I hadn't noticed them in real time, and I still can't see them yet this evening. And then I looked around here and I thought, am I being an idiot, or can I see little babies? So I'm just gonna hang fire and hopefully give you an update that already this tank is got some breeding going on, which, unless I've just been looking at random crap on the screen, is true. But I will nevertheless try and get you some actual shots and revisit those other shots from before and double check things. It'd be awesome if it is working already. Okay, I'm really not sure if I'm going mad or not now. I've just made a couple of videos and keep going back and revisiting, and I am pretty sure I can see some fry, but they are teeny tiny. Hell yeah, I do believe I have not gone mad. I just revisited that last video, and I'm pretty sure that is definitely an image of fry, right? And more than likely you'll be seeing them again in this image. We have a successful breeding tank after all of 2 weeks of these epistogrammas being in here. It makes complete sense. The female, after so the behaviour that I'm about to sort of play at the end of this video as a sort of nice finish, they're crappy shots because it was just a shot I happened to see whilst I was beginning work on the other tank, putting the corner unit in, and I had T-towel on top of this tank, and it was a crap shot, which you're about to see, but it was nonetheless the first example where I could see, oh, she is actually interested for once, rather than just being chased and looking a little bit annoyed. And then since then, really, she's barely been seen. She pretty much lives at the back corner in that gap between the plastic of the filter housing and the heater. And evidently, that sponge filter with all of its nice bacteria is working perfectly as a fry's first meal. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed that this has happened so quickly. I did not think. So this guy here is a daddy, and we are gonna have. In fact, can you see a little? No, that's just some dust. Got excited then. Thought I could see some more fry in the shot right here. But there are definitely fry, aren't there? Please tell me in the comments if I am not being ridiculous, but I'm pretty sure that I am seeing baby fry back there in the filter. Awesome. Okay, I'll show you now how that all began. Thanks for watching.